Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. Want to bring you all an update on XRP. Right now we're down 12.57%, so this has been one heck of a big drop here, guys. And what happened was we ended up putting in a 5% failure. So we were in this symmetrical triangle. We were putting in higher lows, lower highs, and we broke out. A 5% failure is when you go up 5%, guys, and then you actually fall back down through or retest this trend line here. But what happened was we actually had a broken pattern. So we broke out and then we came back and we actually fell through the pattern, the symmetrical triangle itself. So now what we're looking for is to see if we can find some type of support off this 50 moving average. We're going to see if we get a close back up above that today. That's what we need to see, guys. Otherwise, we're most likely probably going to look down to around, I would say, 37 cents, right in that area. Right off here is where I would think we would get some type of a bounce. What I wanted to do is throw on some indicators here and just kind of check out and see what we're looking at in terms of the momentum of XRP right now. So on the one-day chart here for XRP, you can see we basically almost had a double top right here with the stochastic RSI, and we had a downward cross, and that was confirmed with a hanging man candle right with that cross on the stochastic RSI. So we have just been falling down through, and this has been a pretty big break to the downside here. So that's why you always want to protect yourself. Whenever there's breakouts, you always want to wait for confirmation. And here we even broke out on some decent volume, guys. We just turned right around. I mean, that's just one of those 5% failures that happens. I read about it a lot in the encyclopedia of chart patterns that I have, and it talks about these 5% failures into busted chart patterns, and that's kind of what we're dealing with here. Next one I wanted to look at was our RSI. And take a look, and you guys tell me what you've been doing with XRP. Are you accumulating? Are you trading? You know, what have you been doing with it right now, and what are you going to be doing with this situation or this area? Are you going to be buying off the 50? Or are you going to be buying off the 100 moving average, the 200? Because we do have to remember, as of right now, we still have these three as support. We're going to have to see where we close today, but we do still have those three as support. And what you can see here also, we draw this as a trend line. We have to get back up above that at some point as well. So that's one, guys, we basically came right up to it and we just failed and fell right down. We're at 44 right now, so there's even more room to run to the downside if we want to. Traditionally, we can get as low as around, guys, let's see, right over here, around 30. We get down into the 20s sometimes. I mean, Bitcoin before, I've seen it on the one day down at 11. And I'm sure it's probably even went lower than that, but these are the things that we want to look at, and we always want to wait for that confirmation. So we got the breakout, we got the close, but there was a lot of wick. And a lot of people, if you haven't really studied wicks, they're very important. When you see these long wicks like that, guys, that's profit that's being taken during that time we didn't close there. So when we came back down here, we closed deeper, and that kind of showed some weakness, because out of this symmetrical triangle, we would have wanted a nice, clean, strong break out of there, and we really didn't get it. And then we just started to fall over to the downside there. So that's what we've been looking at there. We're going to head to the MACD next. Take a look at this. And these are the indicators that I like to use. I believe they're trusted because a lot of traders are looking at these indicators as well. And you kind of want to be on the indicators that other people are looking at, because they're making a lot of the same similar moves here and things that they're seeing as well. So MACD, guys, it's looking like we're starting to cross down to the downside there on heavy volume, so we're really going to have to wait and see. So I'm going to be looking to see if we get support off the 50, and that's going to be at 40 cents. We need to close up above that today. If not, we're going to be looking down around that 36 cents right there. And guys, if we are to have some type of turnaround here, we'd almost want to even extend this trend line that we had here and see if we have some type of a throwback or a pullback onto this trend line, because sometimes when you break through these, you can actually pull back onto them again, and then you can even drop farther. That's a possibility, or you can get back up in this trend line. I'll just extend it for us just so you can kind of see what this looks like. So if we extended this out, it would look like this. We broke down through, we would come back to this trend line, test it again, see if we get back up inside it, or if we see rejection. If we see rejection, most likely we're going to be going back down even farther, and we're going to start looking at these areas around 36 cents and then probably around that 34 cents, right in that area. But this is a very bearish candle that just came in right there, guys. This is a busted pattern, so we just want to pay attention, see what's going on right now, and then once we do get a close here, we can start to draw other trend lines and kind of see how they're obeying and what they're doing, if we're breaking through or if we're going to have some type of a breakout. But you know, overall, the most important thing is we want to keep these higher lows down here, this trend line intact, which is very, very shallow, so it should be viewed almost as a concrete wall. But You can see we pushed up, came down. And let me throw the RSI on again. I want to see if there's any divergences that I can show you guys, because this is something you want to learn. Okay, so with the divergence, you can see the price here was going up, but our relative strength was going down. And that's basically what caused it. So our price was moving up, and then we just weren't gaining strength. So how are we going to break up to the next leg around that 55 cents and then 57 cents? So that's the way I like to do it, guys. I pay a lot of attention to support, resistance, trend lines, chart patterns, volume, candles, and the indicators that I just showed you. That's basically my game. And the moving averages, that's the stuff I want to play that I feel confident with and I believe works in this market. But you always want to have a plan for the upside as well as the downside. So we're going to see if we get a bounce off this 50 moving average. We gapped away from it here, so maybe we're just coming back onto it and we'll get a nice close up above it, but we're going to have to wait and see. This RSI right now is pointing straight down, so that's something that you do want to keep in mind. But wanted to bring you a quick one here, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Hope you're having a wonderful night. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you like these, and I'll continue doing the best that I can. Take care, my friends.